Nothing's better than a simple pasta dish. On the show today, we're going to make tagliatelle alla Bolognese. In other words, we're going to make pasta with a meat sauce. This dish is absolutely fantastic and is one of my favorite. I'm Amy, and I'm on a journey to become a better cook. Subscribe below to join me. So let's make tagliatelle alla Bolognese. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our Bolognese sauce, and then we're going to be boiling our pasta, but the sauce is going to take a little bit longer than the pasta, so we're going to start that off. So I have an enameled Dutch oven. This is a Creuset. I'll put a link down in the description to all this. I'm using an induction burner, which I really love to use. So we're going to put a couple tablespoons of olive oil in our Dutch oven and a couple tablespoons of butter. Ooh, look at that. Yeah. Lower our temp down just a little bit. We're going to add a minced onion. This is a small onion. You don't want, a big, huge monster onion. Pretty much a small onion. So what we're starting out with is something that's like a sofrito. Onion, celery, and carrot. We're going to cook this until it's translucent. Okay, so our onions are looking good. We're going to go ahead and put some minced carrot in here from one small carrot. We're going to stir that up. Ooh, and we're going to put some minced celery from one stalk of celery. And we're going to let this soften a little. This is the best part of cooking right here. What's going on in a pot. So I have a couple tablespoons of minced garlic. I'm going to put that in. We're just going to let this cook for a minute or so. So I have 6 ounces of ground beef. And we're going to crumble that in here. And I have 6 ounces of ground pork. Sometimes people use lamb in this, but I'm just using pork and beef. Let me wash my hands real quick. Okay, so we're going to give it a little bit of sea salt, however much you like, season to taste. And we're going to cook this until the meat is cooked. We're going to drop it down low. We don't want to cook it too fast because we'll just dry the meat out. Oh, it smells delicious. So we're looking pretty good here. The meat is like maybe about 90% done. I'm going to put in a 1/4 cup of white wine, which is not a lot. And we're going to go ahead and just let it simmer a couple minutes and let that wine soak into the meat and maybe burn a little bit of the alcohol off. So we're just going to keep it low. So I'm going to put in some tomato paste. I really like to buy this stuff in the tube because if you buy the stuff in the can, when you don't use it all, then you have to put it into another container. This just allows you to squeeze it and put this in the refrigerator, and it actually ends up saving you a little bit of money. So we have a 1/4 cup of tomato paste. We're going to stir this around. Smells really good. And we're just going to kind of let this simmer and let that meat cook around in this tomato paste. We're going to add some chicken broth. One thing about this Actually, we're going to lower this down and we're going to cover it. We're just going to maybe leave it in here for 10 minutes. One thing about this recipe is this is not a saucy pasta. Like a lot of times you buy a jar of pasta and there's just a whole bunch of sauce. These noodles are just going to be lightly covered in tomato sauce. They're going to be fantastic. You really don't want it swimming in sauce. You'll get a much better tasting pasta if you don't like drip it in the sauce. So in about 10 minutes we'll come back and we'll add a few more ingredients. Okay, so that's been cooking maybe about 20 minutes. We're gonna put a 1/4 cup of chicken broth. And no, there's still not a lot of sauce in here. It's very shocking because I'm so used to, it having a lot of sauce. And when I got used to eating it with not so much sauce, it's so much better. So I'm going to put some pepper. And I'm going to put some more salt. I'm going to stir this up. Oof. It smells fantastic. We're going to do a little taste. Tasty wasty. Wow. We're going to be adjusting for a seasoning as we go. But this here is going to be covered and cooked way low. We're going to have it on here for like 45 minutes. We're going to check it to make sure it's not like boiling. We want it really low. We're going to cook it low. We're also along the way going to get the water boiling for the pasta. So as we get to that point, we'll be back. We've been cooking this for about 45 minutes. We have the pasta water going. It's starting to boil. And look at it. It looks really good. This is a beautiful meat sauce. Wow. Looks fantastic. I'm going to season it up a little bit more. Pepper. A little bit of sea salt. I'm running out of it here. Ooh, smells fantastic. Let me take a little dip of this. Really, really good. Really, really good. So I'm just gonna leave this on really low and let's get the pasta going. So we're using a little tagliatelle. This basically is pasta that's in little nests. When you buy a package of it, the little nests are gonna look like this. And it's like, kind of like fettuccine, except it comes wrapped up like this. So we salted our water here. And I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil. Whether or not you add olive oil to your pasta water is a personal preference. There's people that argue both sides, and whatever side you're on, go for it, right? So I'm gonna put our little pasta nests in here. And this is an 8.8 ounce package. So you just want to cook it according to the package directions. These only take maybe 5 minutes, so we're going to be done here in just a short while. So this is looking really, really good. And our noodles are done. They're al dente. I'm just going to take them out like this. This pot is an All-Clad, and it does have a pasta insert. I don't have it. This is the pasta Pentola. I'll put a link down in the description. It's pretty expensive pot. It's fully clad. And it's not really, for a pasta pot, you really don't need a pot that's fully clad. It's nice, don't get me wrong, but you don't really need that. Oh my gosh, this looks absolutely delicious. This looks so good. And I'm just gonna combine that with the sauce. Wow. Oh my gosh, it smells fantastic. So the issue with the cream, I sort of decided not to put cream in it. And this is my thought. Some people do and some people don't. And I can tell you what it does to the sauce. You know how we started out, we put wine in the sauce? If you put a splash of cream, it's gonna smooth out that vinegary, tannic taste of the wine. If you don't like that, put a little bit of cream and it'll smooth that out. If you like that wine sort of taste in your pasta sauce, don't put any in and it'll be in there, right? We sort of decided to not do it. At first I was gonna do it, and then we sort of were tasting the sauce, and sometimes we're in the mood for it and sometimes we aren't. And Eric was like, leave it just like it is because it's fantastic. So that's what I did. And
the acid makes it bright?
Yeah, the acid of the wine, a little vinegar, makes a really bright sauce. If you put the cream in there, it tempers that down. So it all depends on your taste that day. Sometimes we put it in there and temper it if we're getting ready to go to bed and we don't want it to come back up on you, you know what I mean? You might put a little cream in there to relax that little acidity. If not, leave it out. And look at this. This is absolutely fantastic looking. So let me get a bowl so we can put the pasta in it. So I'm gonna serve this sort of family style. Woo, look at that. Wow, it looks really good. Cause I don't want Parmesan. I'm gonna put some Parmesan on Eric's, but I don't really want that on mine. Wow, that is one beautiful, beautiful pot of pasta right there, guys.
That's enough for me, bud. Did you need some?
Thanks, Eric.
Sure.
Wow. When you make this sauce, you're going to make it and you're going to be like, Amy is not feeding us too much food. But once you get it in here with the pasta and everything, it's a big plate of food. Look at that. Look at that beautiful, beautiful plate of pasta right there. Look at that. That is fantastic, guys. Looks delicious. So let me get a couple bowls and we'll plate up a serving. First, I'm going to serve up mine because I don't want any. Ooh, look at that. I don't want any cheese on mine. Wow. I'm sorry, but that looks delicious. Mm-hmm. And then we'll serve up Eric some. You want some, Eric?
Sure.
Are you sure?
Maybe.
I'm gonna give it to you fancy like. I'm gonna twirl it around. Oh, I blew that. We're just gonna do a little fancy dancy, right? Cleaning up the plate a little bit. Give my boo that look of elegance. How about that, boo? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we'll give him a little sprinkling of the Parmesan or Reggiano. How's that look, boo?
It's getting there.
Looks kind of tasty, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's time to take a taste. Okay, our dish is ready. It looks absolutely fantastic. One of the things I could say again, this is not a heavy pasta sauce on here. It should be lightly coating your pasta If you want to add cream, go ahead, but it will get rid of that that vinegary tannic taste of the wine. This is comfort food. Number one, the pasta is fantastic. We cooked it perfectly. The sauce is really, really good. I can say that this right here is topping my list of pasta dishes. It's really, really good. It's simple. While you're making, you might think, oh, that's not going to be enough sauce for it. But it is. If you want to make more than this, double, triple the recipe. We used 8 ounces of pasta, 8.8, I believe. And it's the exact perfect amount. The pasta is perfectly coated. And it is outstanding. I will say, it is really, really good.
How's the meat? Is the meat moist or dried out?
No, it's really, really good. It's really, really good. To say it's the best pasta that I've ever tasted. I don't eat a lot of pasta because it tends to be doused in tomato sauce, which gives me, you know, not a good feeling. And, or it's doused with cheese, which I can't have. So I don't eat a lot of it. So this is great for me because there's no dairy in it. And the taste is fantastic. You don't even need the cheese in this. It's so good. Look at those long noodles. It's about the best. This is about the best recipe that I make in terms of pasta to this point. So try it. You will absolutely love it. If you like this video, please subscribe below, leave me a comment and a like, and visit my website at amylearnstocook.com. I'm also on Twitter and Pinterest at Amy Learns to Cook. On Facebook, you can find me at facebook.com/groups/Amy Learns to Cook. And on Instagram, I'm at Cooking with Amy.
I gotta use your licked over fork. Give me.
You want to use my leftover fork?
Use this guy.
Don't do that.
Bottoms up. Very delicious. That's all I can say.
Tagliatelle.
Tagliatelle.
So